All right, Yu-Gi-Oh players, we got our undefeated Centurion, Anthony. What did you do today?
Went 9-0 at the Columbus Regional, got first place.
Columbus, Ohio. How do you feel?
Pretty fucking good, honestly.
I bet, dude, I bet you're on like a good high. How would I asked you earlier? Well, I mean, let everybody know. How was your endurance for the rest of the day? How did you keep yourself energized?
Wasn't too bad. Every single person I played all day was chill, and you wouldn't expect that if I'm summoning True King Calamity against them. But no, seriously, every single person was so cool. Had good matches, you know, talking at the end. So.
Any specific matchup you want to talk about before you get into the deck profile?
Yeah, this guy that just walked over, Centurion Mirror.
Centurion Mirror.
It was ugly as hell, but that game 3 was the craziest thing.
Dude, triple judgment goes hard.
Yeah, simplified game state, game 3, I have a Druid's Worm, there's like nothing else on board, and I top deck Judgment 3 turns in a row to stop the starter. So that was disgusting.
And then that's what, hey, look where you're at now, bro.
Whatever
Triple
happens.
Judgment is the way to go. All right, dude, anything you want to mention before you get into the deck profile?
Shout out real quick, friends I came with, Kevin, Grant, Kramer. Let's go! I texted more than a few people about this list last night too, so shout outs to all of them. Too many to list because I really wanted opinions.
Dude, it's the boys. Let's get into this list, man.
Sure. So, Centurion stuff, straightforward. 3 Pumera, 3 Trudia. I played 2 Emeth. If you have the room, you can fit the second just so you don't get blown out by a crow. It's nothing crazy there. And then I decided to not play the Horus cards or another package besides just some Bestials and some other good non-engine cards. So 3 Druid's Worm and a Magnemut. Probably could have just been 3 Druid's Worm, but I decided to play the Mag too, just for siding patterns. There were different matchups that I wanted like a 4th card out. So
You didn't ever miss the Bestial Drake or Serenir and want to play Lubellion?
not really. Druid's Worm was crazy all day. I looked into maybe trying with Lubellion regain like a bigger engine. I just didn't get a chance to take a look at it and test it before we came. So these were good pretty much all day. They have so much spread in matchups, even if it's not a blowout in that matchup. Like I put a couple Labyrinth, a couple Unchained. There's always a use for it. So.
For sure, for sure.
Then for hand traps, played 12, 3 Ash, 3 Nib, 3 Veiler, 3 Imperm.
Jesus, 12 hand traps. How many times? Do you ever brick on hand traps?
The deck performed really well today, probably overperformed. I was expecting some bricks. I didn't really have any bad ones. You know, I wasn't drawing Primera every game, but I was able to stay in the game with some of these, and I wanted to make sure that Nib was in here just because it's such a blowout against certain decks that give this deck a hard time.
Gotcha.
So moving on to spells, 3 stand-up, 3 oath, and bonds. Bonds is your follow-up, and these are just more starters. With terraforming and these, and Primera Tridea, you have 13 one-card ways to set up the Calamity play going first, so no sense not maxing those. And then the bonds, I thought it was going to be average at best, and I almost cut it, but it was very good following up after I summoned Primera on their turn, so I can, you know, keep playing if for some reason the Calamity doesn't go through, which it didn't that many times, maybe 3 or 4 the whole day. Then I played 3 talents. It was violently average. It was fine a couple times. I'm not playing Zeus, so like I couldn't steal anything and overlay with it, but I ripped once or twice, I drew once or twice, and I stole a monster to attack the game once. It was good enough.
So, it was good enough.
It was fun. They came out in a lot of matchups. And then 3 Super Poly. These were very good a couple times, and very not good a few others. At worst, I was able to fuse my own stuff away to dodge. Lately, I was playing an Unchained matchup to try to crash his Tour Guide to trigger Yama and Grave and get back into the game. So I just super polyed my own board away to make a defense position monster so he couldn't crash. So like that was a weird thing that shouldn't have come up, but Garura hit the board 3 or 4 times, Mud Dragon a few times as well. So these were very good in the main.
You're welcome.
And then terraforming, called by Phalanx. That's it.
For sure. And how many cards in the main deck?
40.
40.
Not 40.
For sure. Let's get into that extra deck. Anything you want to change in the main deck before we get in?
I really liked every single slot. Maybe the talents if I could think of something better, but there was nothing in there that I thought this was bad, I'm taking this out. So I was really happy with the main.
For sure, for sure.
For the extra, level 12s, 2 Legadia, Crimson Dragon, Calamity, and Blazar. You need to play another target besides the Calamity for decks that don't care about it, like Labyrinth. You want to be making it on their first action, but like a couple times it was like Extravagance. Well, am I playing against Labyrinth? Like, and I wasn't sure whether to shotgun the Blazer or not, but he comes up in simplified game states, and he's good to have for crackback as well. And then because I was playing the Bestials, I was afforded the capability to play Baron and Chaos Angel.
John Rocha, please report to the front.
Both of these were very, very good. The Chaos Angel in particular was because a lot of times if I'm doing my combo and they're trying to interrupt it by getting rid of the Primera, the tuner, if I have a Bestial in hand, I can chain that, summon it, and then synchro Trudea and the Bestial.
That's gas.
So that worked out a couple times. This was really good against Unchained, just clearing stuff without destroying it. Baron hit the board once or twice, it was fine. Scarlet for Time never came up. Typhon never came up, but I want it there still. I had room for 1 rank 4, and I played Pxxxnda just in case I played against the random stun deck.
Did you actually resolve this set out today?
No, of course not. No. I wanted to play this over Baguska because every deck's playing SP Little Knight.
Yeah.
And that's the easiest out to Baguska that there is. So I didn't want to make something just to have it outed so easily. So I was like, oh, I'll blow out someone maybe if they set 5. And that didn't happen, but yeah.
For sure.
Lynx, just SP and Dark. Made SP like twice, Dark never. And then 3 fusion targets. Played the Garura, the Mud Dragon, and Guilty Gearfried.
You have to.
This never hit the board, but I wanted it for Rescue Ace and Infernoble, which I know were in the room. So just never drew it when the time came up.
Any changes you would make in the extra deck since you didn't really make much?
I have some extra space.
Figure out other things.
I'm not sure what to do with it. You can play something else cute. I mean, this was purely for cuteness, so.
Hey, it's hot. And don't get me wrong, I had to zoom in on that.
Something else that might win a game in a random time.
Let's get into that side deck.
So, sided triple Fender. A lot of people are maining this. I didn't want to play it in the main. I was debating a lot before the event between playing forest cards, playing this, playing neither, playing both. And because the Centurion main combo only summons 4 times, if you draw a Fender with that combo, you're making yourself vulnerable to nib for no reason. As good as this card is going second, that's not a good thing to do. And with the Horus package, it's kind of the same thing. You don't really want to do anything with them going first. Like you can pitch some cards, you can make the Photon Lord, and that's fine. You can play around Nib that way, but you already weren't losing to Nib. So like, what does it do? So as good as the Horus cards are in a vacuum, and this, I didn't want to have them in the main. Fender is just a very good generic card to side in for any of the hand traps that aren't very good, or if Super Poly can't hit that deck, or indeed if I'm going first and they assume that their Nib is dead, so they side it out. Now it comes in, now it's just an extra body there to help if they're able to stop the play.
Yeah.
So I was really happy with that. Played the Duster, and then I cut the Lightning Storms last second for Cosmic Cyclones. This is one of the only foolproof ways to actually stop Calamity hitting the board in the mirror, as well as having just spread use against a lot of other decks. Going first, you can set this, and I mean, it has uses almost every single deck, as well as clearing random floodgates that might give you trouble.
How many times do you actually side in the Cosmic Cyclones?
I would say 3 of the 9 matchups, probably.
Not bad.
So, a fair few. Yeah, they were good. I would continue to play them for sure.
Did you ever play Fire King today?
No. I actually didn't even see it. I was looking for it. I found one that was playing a couple tables down from me, but I didn't get a chance to see any of the match. But
Gotcha.
I was interested to see it. In theory, that shouldn't be a bad matchup for this deck, but yeah. Then I played 2 deck lockdown for going first. Every time this hit the board, I won. I mean, it was crazy. You can play pretty well under it yourself. The only thing you don't get is Primera Search on their turn for the crackback. This was enough to win 2 games, like with nothing else. The one Rescues player said he had 4 search cards after hand trapping me in his deck lockdown. He was okay. Well, he didn't need to do any of the other stuff.
Jesus, bro. Yeah, I'm scared of that card.
And then since you're trying to get Calamity to resolve, you must play Solemn Judgment. This was unbelievable all day going first. I stopped twice where they had an out to Calamity, not anymore. And then I mentioned in the simplified game state, this was just insane. And then these did not come in. but they were just for random combo decks. But I want
have to have
them somewhere.
Just in case. You never know, you go up those FTK decks.
I didn't want to play Infernoble or Plants. I dodged both of them, so I didn't need the duels. So.
Any last things you want to say, Mr. Undefeated Ohio Columbus?
Feel the burn 2020.
24! Feel the burn!
Alright, man, congratulations, and I hope you have a good night, man. Hopefully the boys over here try and take you out to eat.
We're getting some tacos or something.
Hey, have a good night.
Thanks.